Christmas. Today, in honor of Christmas, I am going to be reading some facts about the holiday. So, with that, sit back, relax, and let's get started. Christmas wasn't always on December 25th. While Christmas celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ, the actual date of the big event is lost to history. There's no mention of December 25th in the Bible, and many historians say Jesus was most likely born in the spring. Some historians posit the date was originally chosen because it coincided with the pagan festival of Saturnalia, which honored the agricultural god Saturn with celebrating and gift giving. Gifts have both Christian and pagan origins. Christians may have grown up learning that we give gifts at Christmas to mimic the presents the three wise men brought the baby Jesus. But like so many other traditions, that also has its roots in Saturnalia. The pagans originally gave offerings to the gods too. Evergreens are an ancient tradition. The tradition of Christmas trees goes all the way back to the ancient Egyptians and Romans, who decorated using evergreens during the winter solstice to signify that spring would return. So, if you deck your halls with a green tree, wreaths, or evergreen garland, you're honoring history. You Germany got a tree for his new wife, Queen Victoria of England. The tradition really took off across the pond. A drawing of the couple in front of a Christmas tree first appeared in Illustrated London News in 1848. The Dutch gave us the idea to leave cookies and milk. If your kids leave Santa a little snack to keep him sated on his journey, thank the Dutch. On St. Nicholas's feast day on December 6th, Dutch children leave him food and drink in exchange for the gifts he leaves overnight. Coca-Cola played a part in Santa's image. Before Coca-Cola decided to use his image for advertising, Santa's looks tended more toward spooky than jolly. Then, in 1931, the beverage company hired an illustrator named Haddon Sundblom to depict the jolly old elf for magazine ads. ocean. The adorable movie featuring the island of Misfit Toys and Herbie the Elf hit the airwaves in 1964. Black Friday isn't the busiest shopping day. Black Friday, or the day after Thanksgiving, certainly sees lots of shoppers heading to the mall. But we must be a nation of procrastinators, because the most hectic days of the year are actually the Friday and Saturday before Christmas. The 8 tiny reindeer have had lots of names. Rudolph was almost named Rollo or Reginald, which doesn't quite have the same ring to it. But his crew also had lots of other names. They've also been called Flossie, Glossy, Racer, Pacer, Scratcher, Feckless, Ready, Steady, and Fireball. Christmas wreaths are religious symbols. The Christmas wreath first originated as a symbol of Christ. The holly represents the crown of thorns Jesus wore at his crucifixion, and the red berries stand for the blood he shed. Jingle Bells was originally a Thanksgiving song. Turns out we first started dashing through the snow for an entirely different holiday. James Lord Pierpont wrote the song called One Horse Open Sleigh for his church's Thanksgiving concert in the mid-19th century. Then, in 1857, the song was re-released under the title We All Know and Love. Today, it's still among the most popular Christmas songs. Astronauts broadcast jingle bells from space. 6 told Mission Control that they saw an unidentified flying object about to enter Earth's atmosphere, traveling in the polar orbit from north to south. Just as things got tense, they interrupted the broadcast with jingle bells as Wally Schirra played a small harmonica accompanied by Tom Stafford shaking a handful of small sleigh bells. Silent Night is the most recorded song. We all know the same few handfuls of Christmas songs play at stores and on the radio in a loop all season long. But one of them has been adapted more than others. Silent Night earns that title as the most recorded Christmas song in history. It's had more than 733 different versions copyrighted since 1978. Celebrating Christmas used to be illegal. From 1659 to 1681, anyone caught making merry in the colonies would face a fine for celebrating. By the Revolutionary War, the day had so little significance that Congress even held their first session on December 25th, 1789. Christmas wasn't even proclaimed a federal Christmas vacation. That stat likely doesn't shock you. In fact, the Consumer Product Safety Commission estimates that 14,700 people visit hospital emergency rooms each November and December from holiday-related decorating accidents. So please be careful when you're putting up the holly and the ivy. Santa has his own Canadian postal code. Every year, letters to Santa Claus flood post offices around the world, cementing their reputation as some of the nicest people ever. Some big-hearted Canadian post office workers started writing back. As the program took off, they set up a special postal code for Santa as part of a Santa letter writing program initiative. Dry Christmas trees spark more than joy. Neglected, dried out Christmas trees spark about 100 fires in the United States each year. We ship a ton of packages at the holidays. Between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day, the U.S. Postal Service delivered an estimated 910 million packages in 2019, in addition to almost 15 billion pieces of mail. That includes gifts for loved ones, cards and Christmas letters, things for Santa, and those dreaded holiday credit card bills. That's why it's so important to thank our mail carriers. The term Xmas dates back to the 1500s. Contrary to popular belief, Xmas is not a trendy attempt to take Christ out of Christmas. Apparently, Christianity was spelled Xianity as far back as 1100. X or CHI is the Greek first letter of Christ and served as a ranks as the festive favorite. One of the showstoppers of Christmas dinner is carving the roast beast, whatever species it comes from. Google searches for ham and turkey both spike during the month of December. Spiral cut ham edges out the bird as the most popular choice for a Christmas table. Candy canes originated in Germany. The National Confectioners Association says a choir master originally gave the red and white striped candies to young children to keep them quiet during marathon church services. It wasn't until a German-Swedish immigrant decorated his tree with candy canes in 1847 that they became popular as a Christmas candy. The Rockefeller Christmas tree started small. The first Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center looked more like Charlie Brown's than the resplendent one today. Construction workers first placed a small, undecorated tree while working there in 1931. 2 years later, another tree appeared in its place, this time draped in lights. It just kept getting bigger every year. Today, the majestic tree bears more than 25,000 twinkling lights and sees millions of selfie takers each season. Norway provides the tree in Trafalgar Square. Londoners and visitors alike probably know the iconic spruce that stretches to the sky in Trafalgar Square each year. But few realize it's an equally iconic holiday gift. Every year since 1947, the people of Norway donate the tree in gratitude for Britain's support for Norway during World War II. This Christmas gift held a life-saving secret. During World War II, the United States Playing Card Company joined forces with American and British intelligence agencies to create a very special deck of cards. They distributed them as Christmas gifts, but they also helped Allied prisoners prisoners of war escape from German POW camps. When wet, individual cards peeled apart to reveal maps of escape routes. Tinsel has a storied history. Tinsel was invented in 1610 in Germany and was originally spun from real silver, making it far from the decoration it is now. The U.S. government also once banned tinsel because it used to contain poisonous lead. But never fear, now it's just plastic. So that is all for today. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a very happy, healthy, and Merry Christmas.